Hi, beloved friends. This is your Virendra dear. As usual, I am in my business, and that is to let you know about yourself, the power of your brain. Whatever the brain can conceive and believe, the brain can achieve for you. If you have a definite purpose, if you have a partners in the alliance who are maintaining harmonious relationship with you to help you to reach the destination, the definite chief of your life, and you are willing to sacrifice everything, willing to go extra mile, you have developed a habit to do much more than you are paid for and you are expected by others, and you have got tremendous belief and faith in your own power of personality, then the sky is the limit for you. And you have initiative, you have a willpower, you have determination, and you have a burning desire. Because you know, through some strange and powerful principle of metal chemistry, nature wraps up in the intense desire that something which recognizes no such word as impossible or accept no such reality as failure. Means a person with tremendous belief, desire and faith, they refuse to beguile, to surrender before any conditions, any circumstances, any troubles, any adversities and misfortune in life. And beloved friends, I always remind each and every person that greatness is your birthright. Becoming rich, famous, having positive mental attitude, having a sound physical health, all these are mandatory to every mankind, but he has to be very disciplined. If he follows the principle of nature, everyone has right to grow rich and famous. Everyone has right to become great. Everyone has the right to reach any heights in their lives. In that context, I have reminded you that nothing can bring you greatness and success but yourself. You have to be self-confident. You have to be self-reliant. You have to believe in your own power of personality. And you have to have the courage, conviction, belief and faith that all are helping is well and good. If nobody is coming to help you, still the spirit of the self-help is coming just like the God. Because God helps those who help themselves. But you recognize no limitations, no boundaries, no barriers. You are bound to be great. Anybody who are, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever dreams and desire you may be having in your life. But my studies have proved it, that whosoever sought, he found. Whoever knocked the door opened for him. And whosoever asked, his questions were answered. And you cannot be an exception. One great poet, R.L. Sharp, wrote Tools of Bags. And there he is telling us, is it not strange how princes and kings in the clones that caper to sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity? Is it not strange how princes and kings in the clones that caper to sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity? Each is given a set of rules, a shapeless mass, and a bag of tools, and each must fashion, or life is flown into a stumbling block or a stepping stone. Beloved friends, we are the master of our fate, and we are the captain of our soul, by virtue of the fact that whatever thought we have kept in our mind, we are going to become like that. We become what we think about. So the thought of greatness thought of success. A noble thought in our mind will always lead towards greatness, purity, serenity, peace, prosperity, happiness, joys. Let's think great. Let's think to be confident, and we can really achieve it. Another great poet, you must have read about him, Edgar Albert Guest, who is really a role model in my life. I, being a success philosopher and a motivator to the millions, borrowed the great ideas from these great poets. They are the savior of the mankind. Their experience, the way they have lived their life, encouraged millions and millions in the form of epics. They were prophets. In the form of scientists, inventors, sculptors, wise men and thinkers, they really discovered by meditation in the form of Buddha, Christ, Confucius, and showed us the true path of life. I really worship these poets. And R.L. Sharp, Albert Guest, they are really inspiring us to believe in ourselves, that we can do it as others great have done, but we have to pay the price. Heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but while their companions slept, they were toiling upward in the night, beloved friends. So the price you have to pay, there is no such reality as something for nothing. But there is no doubt that you can become like any great, anyone who has become great in life. And you are what you think all day long. Your thought is only your real strength. And I just recite one great poem by that great poet, Edgar Albert Guest, Equipment. Get inspired as I am. You have the power. You have the belief. You have the faith. You have the conviction. You have the determination. You have the daring. But you must have the desire, a burning desire, intense desire, a lofty dreams to become great by aiming very high, by setting a very high goal in life, because there is no limitation to your brain. The limitation lies in your imagination, in your power of thought. How great you want, that great you will become. You will be what you will to be. Let failure find its false content in the poor world environment. When His Spirit rises and commands, even God will be obeying you. Believe in those philosophical words, beloved friends. And hear this beautiful poem by Guest. Figure it out for yourself, my friend. We have all that the greatest of men have had: 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you would be wise. A brain to use if you would be wise. The great people really take full possession of their brain. They control it and they directed it, and that's why they become so great. If you also repeat the same habits of taking full possession of your brain, controlling it, directing it towards any end, any purpose, goal in life, you are bound to become. That is the difference between ordinary man and a great man. And a brain to use it if you would be wise. The wise men were the greats. They used their brain. With this equipment, they all began. So start for the top and say, I can. So start for the top and say, I can Do it too, brothers, those you have become great. Look them over, the wise and the great. They take their food from a common plate, and similar knives and forks they use. With similar laces they tie their shoes. The world considers them brave and smart, but you have all they had when they made their humble start. Humble, modest start. They were just like you. Yes, but they take full possession of their intelligence. That intelligent, practical plan of action towards the coveted goal of their life with courage, conviction, belief, persistent, continual action, refusing to beguile to surrender before troubles, adversities, misfortune. That were the creed of those great men. Ha ha! Are you that? Then world is yours, and everything that's in it, and which is more, you will be a man, my friend. Ha ha ha! I love it. You are a man, I know it. That's why I'm telling you. Arise awake, take possession of your brain, have a definite goal, go for it. You will be what you dream to be. You can triumph and come to skill. You can be great if only you will. It is your sweet will, dear friend. You can be little, you can be much more great. Decide now what you want, because whatever the brain can conceive and believe, the brain can really achieve for you. That has been tested by the psychologist. There is no limitation to the power of brain. The limitation is of the person, the possessor of that brain, who is not using it at all. They do not think, they do not dream, they do not have the courage to think that they can be great, but not you. You cannot think that you cannot be great. You can be great. Believe in that, dear friend. You are the handicap you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. You must say where you want to go, how much you will study, the truth to know. God has equipped you for life, but He lets you decide what you want to be. Courage must come from the soul within. Courage must come from the soul within, beloved friends. It's your state of mind. Your courage, your belief, your faith, your willpower, your desire, your dream, your determination, your energy, your enthusiasm, your initiative, they are your personal possession. You have to nourish them. You have to develop them. You have to encourage them by always thinking those great thoughts of bravery, of valiant action, of greatness and success. As I do, so you do, and you will be what all the great have done. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Courage must come from the soul within. The man must furnish the will to win. So figure it out for yourself, my friend. You were born with all the great have had. With your equipment, they all began. Get hold of yourself. Take full possession of your brain. And you say loudly, with courage, belief, conviction and faith, that I can do it. I can do it because I have the power of brain. Like any other greats, so I can be great as any other great. But I tell you the secret, the greatest of the greats never use more than 10% of their brain. Why don't you become greater than them? Ha ha! Have courage to believe like that. Have conviction and belief and faith to have a lofty dream, to become greater than the greatest. You can, if you have the courage, if you have the belief. And I thank you very much. I believe you can do it because you have the courage. You have a dream. You have a purpose. You have an ideal. You have promises. And remember, woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. Beloved friends, this is my really promise of life. This is always, I think, the great poem of Robert Frost, stopping my stones on a snowy evening. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but your friend has promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Yes, friend, the life is transitory, very short-lived. Budgeting time, money, and energy. Be very wise. Never spend a moment of your time. Sleep well, eat well, exercise well, meditate well, and keep on dwelling in your domain of thought, of greatness, of success, of your destination. Concentrate, focus, commit, persist, persevere. Progressive realization of your worthy ideals is in your control command. And say loudly, I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Strive, seek and find, and never beguile to surrender before any troubles, adversities and misfortune, and never yield. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.